All right, good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is me, Dion, your sports reporter, back as far as my 49er gang is going. Shout out to all my Niner faithful. Shout out to Rombo Sports and anybody reporting on the San Francisco 49ers. Love everybody going ahead and giving us updates. So, just a few quick updates and a few thoughts as training camp approaches. We are literally 2 days away. We report on Friday, people. Today is Wednesday, and technically speaking, we're 1 day away because the night's almost over. So, leading up to training camp, we had a couple of things that were going on. So, let's get right into it. Basically, we had the kicker situation going on. Robbie Gould was holding out. He didn't want to come to training camp. He didn't want to do nothing. That problem has been solved. Robbie Gould has been signed. John Brown has been waived. So, usually they have two kickers in training camp. Robbie Gould is going to take all the kicks. He's going to do everything. That's fine. He wants to do that. Who cares? We got our young punter, Mitch Wisnowski, in there. So we have our kicker. We have our punter. Next up is the two remaining unsigned players that are very big players, and we need them to sign. Y'all know how vocal I am about Nick Bosa, how I didn't want him to sign. I didn't want us to draft him, didn't want him to be all that stuff, So the only three people, there's a few people left in the first round who haven't signed. I believe it's Nick Bosa, Quentin Williams, and there's one other person I can't remember who it is. But for us, all we care about really is Nick Bosa. Bosa has not signed his contract yet, most likely because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some type of injury clause in there, and he may not want that. Now, as I've stated in previous videos, I understand about NFL players, I understand about the shortness of the lifespan of the actual NFL player. I get all that. My issue is you're injury prone and you know that. So don't be mad if the team takes precautions to protect themselves against you not being on the field. We need you on the field to produce and make plays. But if you're someone who constantly gets injured, you had an injury in high school, you've had several injuries in college, you had an injury in OTAs, so what makes you think we wouldn't try to protect ourselves? That's dumb. So you should sign a contract and understand that whether this is about guaranteed money, an injury clause, whatever the case may be, figure that shit out and get your ass in training camp. You couldn't do OTAs, and you're not going to learn everything by standing there looking at the plays. You need to be on the field executing the plays, understanding the play calls, listening to Fred Warner and the other linebackers make those calls so that you know what these things mean. You can hear it from the sideline, but it's not the same when you actually get on the field. So it's different. So next person that we have to sign is our second round pick, Deebo Samuel. He hasn't signed either. What's holding him up? I honestly don't know. There's always language in the contracts that hold these players up from signing. We had McGlinchey and Solomon Thomas. Solly signed, I believe, same day, first day of training camp. McGlinchey signed day before. So, it's not uncommon that these things happen, but I feel a little bit shaky about the issue with Nick Bosa and with Deebo Samuel. Samuel has a little bit of an injury history, too, from college, so I'm not going to rule him out as being the person that's going to be a little not too trigger happy about signing an extension if we have certain types of clauses in there due to injuries or anything like that. Parag Marate is a really good negotiator when it comes to these contracts to be able to basically spare us the hassle of having to deal with people and pay them too much money for too long a period of time. So on to the next thing. So Nick Bosa, Deebo Samuel have not signed yet. We would love to get them signed so they can get in training camp, especially Deebo Samuel if he's going to build a rapport with Jimmy G. Basically, the next thing up is, honestly, we're going to get to those injured players really quick. So, as far as Jason Verrett, if y'all haven't seen the videos, y'all should definitely go ahead and take a look. Jason Verrett's ready to go. This guy is at full speed, full strength, everything. He's ready to go. Next up, we have Quan Alexander. Now, I saw a video of Quan Alexander doing some exercises, doing a couple of different things, but we still have no full report on whether he's a full go or not. So this may be a smokescreen by Robert Saleh and the 49ers themselves, just trying to make sure that nobody knows whether this guy's ready or not. But I would hope that he would be there and that he would be healthy and that he's ready to go by training camp. I want to see all of our guys healthy. I want to have our defense complete while we're in training camp and while we're running things, so that we can make sure we make the biggest impact on the field, because it's time for us to win. Next up, we have Jimmy G. Jimmy G is a full go. So I don't care what reports you're hearing, what's going on. Jimmy G is 100% full go. He's ready to go. I've seen this. I have an inside source. Can't tell you who my inside source is. That person would kill me. But I can tell you straight up, Jimmy G is a full go. He's ready. Don't even worry about him. The next thing up is we've got a couple of running backs that were injured. I believe all our running backs are going to be ready to go, minus McKinnon, because I still haven't heard anything on him either. I don't know what's going on with him, or if he's ready, if the ACL is good, what's going on. But he had more time to recover than Jimmy G did. So I don't understand why he wouldn't be ready. But, I mean, it's a little bit different because Jimmy's a quarterback, so he doesn't have to do as many of the movements as McKinnon does, so I understand. But as of right now, as far as the running back group is concerned, I believe it's going to be more so the heavy workload is going to be on Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida. So Mostert possibly still make the roster, like I said, because he's a special teams ace, and he actually proved himself last year in being a runner. So next thing up is in training camp, we got a couple of battles that we got to be really pay very close attention to. This is going to be very simple. We are going to have a battle for backup quarterback spot. I'm going to put this really simple, real cut and dry. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Go ahead and try to trade C.J. Beathard if you can. Keep Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins is just better. He's proven he was better. He processes things on the field faster. Then C.J. Beathard gets out there, looks like he's scared, like he's about to get hit again and again and again and again. And our O-line, believe me, is not that bad. He just takes too long. He holds the ball too long, and it winds up in bad spots. Now, by all accounts, there are some reports stating that C.J. Beathard looked better than Nick Mullins when it comes to practice. But if you watch Nick Mullins when he played last year, it didn't look like he was having any issues. If you watched Nick Mullins in preseason last year, it didn't look like he was having any issues. Next up in training camp, we will have a battle at wide receiver. We have so many receivers. Here's my thing. I don't like Jordan Matthews. And it's nothing against the guy from a personal standpoint. I want the guy to eat. I want him to feed his family. I want him to do all that. The reason I don't really care for Jordan Matthews is because he's been injured a lot. There's another pickup, an injury-prone player we don't need. And there's rumblings that basically KB and Richie James Jr. could not wind up making the squad in favor of Jordan Matthews and Jalen Hurd, Deebo Samuel, all these things. So the locks on the squad, honestly, are going to be Marquise Goodwin, Deebo Samuel, Dante Pettis, and Trent Taylor. Those are probably your four locks. The last two, possibly three spots are going to have to be fought out. To be honest with you, I am very simple with this. You should have Richie James back for his return ability. And you should keep Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne played as well as he possibly could last year. And the guy is invaluable. If he goes somewhere else, he's going to show up and show out, and we're going to miss him. So do you want to take a gamble on whether Jordan Matthews is going to be healthy this year or not? I don't know. I don't think you want to do that. So, me personally, I say we should have Trent Taylor, Richie James Jr., Jalen Hurd, Deebo Samuel, Marquise Goodwin, Dante Pettis. That's it. Everybody else can go. Next thing is our battle is going to be with the DBs. Besides Richard Sherman, there is no pure lock. One thing I can tell you is, by all accounts, by everything that I've seen, by all the reports that I've read, Ahkello Witherspoon is a new man. And he's ready. He don't care who you are. He don't care where you're coming from. He doesn't care how tall you are, how big you are, how fast you are. This dude has sharpened his skills. He went back to the lab. He said, you know what, I regressed. That's not me. I need to be better. I need to do some better things. And I need to make this squad, damn it. So you're going to have a battle between Ahkello Witherspoon and Jason Verrett. Now, Verrett had one healthy year. And that healthy year, he showed he was full-on beast mode. I loved him coming out of college. I wanted us to draft him that year. I've stated that before in some of my videos. But Verrett, he's going to have a battle on his hands, man. Ahkello ain't finna get that spot up real easily. So beyond that, we have a couple more DBs that we have to think about. Safety positions are fully locked down. I would like Tarvarius Moore to start in the backfield as safety because I feel like it's his natural position. He would be better at it rather than trying to force him to be a DB. It's something he's not, so it's kind of hard, but it's just not his thing. But to be honest with you, there aren't any, other training camp battles that I see. So the only real questions that we have left is we need to get Nick Bosa and Deebo Samuel signed. We need to know if Quan Alexander is healthy because I am tired of everybody jumping on this bandwagon of what Quan can do when he been standing on the sideline all this time. So you can get in the weight room, you can work out, you can do all that. Me personally, I'm a firm believer in the NFL, and it is a what have you done for me lately league. So if it's a what have you done for me lately league, then very simple, very plain, Quan got to get on the field and produce. Nobody decided as fans. I know we all say this, and I know we don't own the team and nothing like that. But we didn't pay $54 million for a fucking cheerleader. I'm so sorry. And if everybody's mad about that, be mad about it. I'm being 100% honest. We didn't pay $54 million for you to be a cheerleader. If you stand on sideline, coach no damn body. That's pointless. If that's the case, pay $54 million to somebody that actually already did it and would be a worthy coach, i.e. Patrick Willis. Maybe Navarro Bowman, who we just signed so that he could retire as a Niner. There's reasons that we would pay guys that actually prove shit on our team and that have been there and that have done things for us. Quan's been in the league for some years, and yes, he's coming off that injury, and that's cool that he got paid. But we didn't pay him to be a cheerleader. We didn't pay him to be a damn teacher because coaches don't even get paid that kind of bread. So the head coach ain't even getting paid that kind of money. So why would we pay somebody that's supposed to be on the field producing for us that kind of money and then say, oh, it's okay, you can go ahead and do that. The other issues that we have is on our defensive line. Our defensive line is so stacked that we're literally going to have battles for just about every position. The only person on the defensive line that's really solidified themselves, honestly, is going to be DeForest Buckner. I mean, you got D Ford there, but Ford doesn't really play on the line. He's going to play off the ball, and he's going to be on the edge. He's trying to set that edge for us. We got him for that specific reason. And we drafted Nick Bosa for that too. But if he ain't signing, he don't get his ass on the field, that's going to be another waste of a damn pick. So basically the next battles are with Armstead, Solomon Thomas, Sheldon Day. We got a gang. We got DJ Jones. We got so many guys that can do so many different things on that defensive line, and they're all versatile. So we could start a defensive line that has all first-round picks. And as long as we get them in sync, we're going to wreak havoc on the quarterback. I feel really good about our front seven, and I feel really good about the defensive backfield. I know everybody was knocking us because we didn't really make any changes. And the only person we brought in was the oft-injured Jason Verrett. But like I said, Verrett looks great. He looks healthy. He looks ready. I know what he can be when he's at his fullest. And at the same time, I also know for a fact that, my boy who's a diehard Chargers fan, he got 100% faith that this dude going to be ready. So I'm going to ride with my dude, man. I've been knowing this guy since forever. But I'm telling you right now, it's very simple and it's very easy. We will be a force to be reckoned with on defense this year. And as long as Jimmy stays healthy, or if he goes down, let him go down early. I don't want him to go down. Believe me, I'm not saying that, Niner fans. It's not what I want. I want him to stay healthy all year long. But if he goes down, I would rather him go down early like he did last season, and let's just hand the ball to Nick Mullins and ride this fucking Mullins way. I think Nick Mullins could still get us to at least 10 wins. Because this year is playoffs or bust. If we do not make the playoffs and we have another shitty ass season, heads will roll next year. Somebody's going to get fired. There's going to be lots of changes made in the building in terms of coaching. There's going to be changes. Possibly we could wind up having ourselves a new GM, all that stuff. Because we cannot have another year where we don't make the playoffs, where we don't succeed, where we don't win. It's going to be stupid for us to just accept that. And I'm not accepting that. I know a lot of our players, on a report I just read on 49ers on CBS.com, basically they're saying, we want to go to Super Bowl or bust. I don't know if that's attainable just because of everything that we have to do and all the camaraderie and the glue and the cohesiveness that we need. But I love y'all Niner fans. Stay blessed. Be easy. We got training camp in 2 days. And let's pray to God that we can get these two dudes signed. Let's pray to God they're healthy and they're ready to get in there, put the work in so we can start this preseason showing everybody what we got, and then get into the season and whoop some ass.